Do you want to learn Greek, but you can't get away from your job or your responsibilities at home to get to Bible college to be able to do that? Or maybe you can't afford an online course. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Master New Testament Greek system and how it might help you go from wherever you are to full fluency in the New Testament. At the end of this video, I have an offer for you as well. Hi, I'm Daryl Burling from Master New Testament Greek, and Master New Testament Greek is about providing you with the tools, the habits, and the system to go from wherever you are in your knowledge of Greek all the way to reading fluency in the New Testament in the Greek language. And if that sounds like you, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and then hit the notify bell to be notified when new videos come out. Today we're talking about the systems, and particularly the system around Master New Testament Greek and how that is set up to take you from wherever you are all the way to fluency. And it really starts with beginning Greek. And this is the opportunity that I want to put before you today. If you've never learnt Greek before, or perhaps you learnt it a long time ago and you need a refresh, what I'm talking about in this video is set up ideally for you. And what we're talking about today is beginning Greek. And the Master New Testament Greek approach to beginning Greek is really a hybrid model. So that means to say that it gives you a lot of flexibility to work on your own, as well as providing you with a weekly schedule and a live component that you can join in with every week to make sure that you're staying on track and you keep to a schedule. Now, let me explain how this works. On a week-by-week basis, I will give you some videos to watch based around the most popular textbook for beginning Greek on the market today. And I've got some videos which I've recorded for that to help you learn the concepts in the book. You'll also be able to read the book, of course, and learn the concepts from the textbook as well. And then on top of that, you'll actually learn some vocabulary. Every week you get to learn the vocabulary you need for that particular grammar. And I'll talk about the grammar in just a minute. And you'll also work through the workbook. So it gives you some exercises each week as well. And you'll go through those exercises. And at the end of the week, we meet together via a video call at a set time that we can go through and just work through your worksheets, what you've done during the week to make sure it's right and to help you understand and reinforce the concepts you would have learnt that week. So in a nutshell, that's how it works. In terms of time frame, it depends from one student to another. Some students take a little more time than other students, and certainly students who are refreshing their Greek don't need as much time as students who are starting from scratch. But certainly, typically what I recommend for students is to carve out around about an hour a day, 5 or 6 days a week. And it doesn't have to be an hour all at the same time. You can do half an hour in the morning and half an hour in the evening. You can do 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there and 40 minutes somewhere else. You may not even need an hour. But the point is that it's just a regular amount of time each week, every day each week, except for maybe 1 or 2 days where you can have a bit of a break. And that break is actually really important because it helps you learn things as well. And so that's really the commitment that is required of you. So if you can fit this in whenever it suits you, the only thing that is at a fixed day and time every week is going to be that live call. Once you've finished beginning Greek, that's not the end of the program. Now, the beginning Greek piece itself takes about 28 weeks. So we work through this chapter by chapter over about 28 weeks. And at the end of that, once you've done beginning Greek and you've finished the workbook, at that stage, you're actually translating text pretty easily. The only distinction is that your vocabulary still has some growing to do, and you're really still grasping with the syntax of New Testament Greek. And so following on from that, then I actually run a second course, which is an intermediate Greek course, which takes you through the syntax of the New Testament in a lot more detail. And that will flow off on the same time slot that we use for that live call, following much the same kind of strategy. Again, you do the work whenever it suits you during the week, and we just meet for that 1 hour per week to go through the exercises that you've done during the week. So the next beginning Greek course I'm running is actually starting on the 26th of June, and the time slot that we're going to be meeting is going to be 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Now, there's another class starting in July. On the live part of that course will be on July 17 at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. So there's two options for you there, and there's a stagger between the two. So they don't both start at the same time. One's going to start a few weeks later. Now, that gives you a number of opportunities. First of all, if you start with the one that starts next week, and you start to get behind at some point, well, you can still kind of jump onto that second course later on. It also means that if you don't have the books and materials right now that you need, well, it gives you a few weeks before you have to have those. Of course, if you've got access to Amazon, that's not a problem. And so if you want to join either of these, then I encourage you to head to masterntgreek.com/Greek join today and join the membership program there. Now, this is only open for a few days, and then we're going to close enrollment. And that way I can focus my attention on new students and helping them. Now, one of the key differences between the Master New Testament Greek approach and so many other systems that are out there is that Master New Testament Greek, even though this is a beginning Greek course, the Master New Testament Greek approach is not selling courses. In fact, what you're doing when you join this beginning Greek opening, then you're actually joining the Mastery membership. That means that you're going to become a Mastery member, and each month you'll pay the membership fee, and you get access to everything so long as you remain a member in good standing. You get access to all the courses that we have, all the live calls that we take together as a community. You get access to the whole system so that you keep going. From once you've finished beginning Greek, you go on to intermediate Greek. Once you've finished intermediate Greek, then you go on and you can learn all the vocabulary in the entire Greek New Testament using the Master New Testament Greek system. So all of this is built into that system approach, and it's one low, simple monthly fee. So you don't have to pay course fees or anything like that. It's really a simple approach, and this makes it so much more affordable and so much easier. And even if you drop out of the beginning Greek course this time round, I'll be running another one again at some stage, and you're welcome to jump onto any of those at any stage. In fact, any courses, if you're a Mastery member, you can join, and any of those courses you can join them whenever you want to as part of your membership benefits. And on top of that, there are other membership benefits. You also get the ability to book a one-to-one call with me, and we can talk about your progress and think through how to overcome problems you're having, explain details and grammatical issues in more depth so that you understand it. You get access to real-time help at a time that suits you. So this is all part of what you get as well. You get the full Master New Testament Greek system. So again, let me just answer some questions that are commonly asked. First of all, how do I join Master New Testament Greek? Well, for the next few days, go to masterntgreek.com/join, and you get all the instructions there about how to join. Click the button. You've just got a few days to join up. That expires this weekend, so get on to that soon if you're interested in doing that. The cost is a simple monthly fee. It's $39 a month. It's not overly expensive, and you get access to everything so long as you're a member of the Master New Testament Greek membership. How long does this course run for? Well, like I mentioned earlier, the beginning Greek course is 28 weeks long. The intermediate course following on from that is 14 weeks. So by the time you get to the end of this year, you'll be well through. You'll be translating Greek. You'll be able to read Greek reasonably fluently. Now, you might want to know, what is the textbook that I need? What grammar is required for this beginning Greek course? Well, we are using Mounce's Basics of Biblical Greek. Now, it doesn't matter which edition you have, whether you have the 3rd edition, or whether you have the 4th edition. And here's why. When I originally built this course, I built it for the 3rd edition, but I updated it so that it was up to date with the latest advances in Greek. Now, here's the thing. The 3rd edition was published in 2009, and since then there's been a lot of work done by a number of scholars to really help us to understand things like verbal aspect and different things like that have been really important in learning Greek. And so the 4th edition of Mounce's Grammar, which is just released earlier this year, takes a lot of those things into account, but the videos that I created already takes that into account. And in fact, there's no real difference between what's being taught here and what I'm teaching in the video. So either of these two editions will work. If you're using the 3rd edition, I will explain differences between the 3rd edition and the updates. And if you're using the 4th edition, that's going to tell you the difference between the 3rd edition and the 4th edition as well. And in addition to Mounce's Basics of Biblical Greek, you can get the workbook. And again, 3rd edition workbook, 4th edition workbook, they're very small differences between them. Either of those work just fine. Mounce's is a well-respected grammar. There are a number of quirks with it, and I will explain those in the introductory video for the course when we meet together for the first time. But this is the workbook we're using, and you can find a link to those workbooks and to the grammar, at least to the 4th edition. I'll leave a link to the 4th edition in the description below, so you can click through and go and purchase those if you need to. So that's a good question to ask, and a really important question for you to know the answer to. Another question I sometimes get is, what happens if I can't make that live call? And this is a great question, because sometimes life happens and you can't make the call one week. Sometimes it's just at an inconvenient time. And so here's what we do, is I'm going to be recording every one of these live calls, and I'll be putting it up on the course homepage. and it'll be up there for a week until the next live call. So if you miss one live call, you can go back to that course homepage and watch the replay for it at any stage. And that way you can keep up with progress on it. But it's only available for that week to encourage you to keep going on that schedule. And so that's how it's going to work. And so you get to be able to join in the call, but if you can't join the call, maybe you've got a week where you just can't make it, you can still watch the call afterwards. And so that's what I encourage you to do. Those replays will be available just for 1 week until the next live call, which we get together again. Another way of doing it, of course, if you miss one call, is simply just to carry on with the work, and in the next call, just join in again. If you want to, you can book a one-to-one call with me, and we can go through some of that material together, just you and me. So what about if I get behind as I'm going through this? How will I deal with that? Well, you've got two options here. First of all, there's the ability to book a one-to-one call with me, and we can work through a strategy to catch up. The second way, of course, is that you can always join in a later beginning Greek course. Because I'm running these regularly, you get the opportunity to carry on learning on your own, but then when the next live call comes up, just jump onto the schedule for that, and we can go through the material, and that will get you back onto that weekly schedule. Of course, if you don't, you've also always got access to the material. You can just keep working through it at your own pace. This is one of the benefits of the membership program, is that you've got access so long as you remain a member in good standing. So as long as you're a member, you can just keep going through those lessons in your own time, and when a new course does come up, just jump in with it and keep up with the schedule with that new one. Another question sometimes get, how long do I keep paying for? Well, because this is a whole system, you keep paying the membership fee as long as you continue to get benefit from it. So you can leave the Mastery membership at any stage. Okay, all you need to do is just shoot me an email and let me know you want to get out, and I'll cancel your subscription, and that's done. No problems with that. But so the idea of this is that for that low monthly fee, you're getting guidance all the way through to fluency of the New Testament. And so that makes me available for you at any stage, as well as any new courses I put on, which I'm regularly looking to add, and so on. And so you get all the benefits of the membership so long as you continue to pay the membership fee. Another question that sometimes comes up is, well, I learned Greek a long time ago and I've kept some of it. I do still do some exegesis on occasion, maybe for sermons or something like that, but I'm really a little rusty on some of those, some of the Greek that I really need to know, and I don't feel confident reading. Is this course right for me? And the answer is absolutely yes. In fact, I have run a refreshing Greek course using the same material, but just at a compressed speed, and that's also worked really well. But people who go through the slower pace just find it so much easier, and by slower pace I really mean if you're refreshing your Greek, you're going to find it at a little bit of a slower pace, but it's just going to allow you to get back into it. It's not going to take as long, and this is a really good way for you to get back up to speed in Greek without feeling overwhelmed. And on top of that, once you've done the beginning Greek course, then we can just carry on with intermediate Greek, and then you can carry on and you'll be reading Greek books, book by book. By the time you've finished the beginning Greek stage, you'll be able to just go on to read a book of the New Testament, one book at a time, learning the vocabulary as you go. Another question I sometimes get is, well, what happens once I join the membership program? Well, first of all, as soon as you join, you'll get an email from me. And secondly, what we'll do is we will jump on our first live call together, and I will take you through the whole program there. In addition to that, as soon as you join, there's a getting started course, just 4 or 5 lessons that are just going to walk you through, familiarize you with the entire Mastery membership program. The whole system is laid out for you, all the tools you need. It leads you through everything you need to do to get up and running so that you're ready to go on the course as soon as possible. And once you've done that, then we'll jump on our first live call for our beginning Greek course, and I'll talk you through the course itself, how it works, and how we need to, any problems you're having and anything like that. So that's all part of what will take place once you join the membership. Another question, the last one, possibly one of the more important ones, is when does this offer expire? This offer expires Saturday the 22nd of June at midnight Pacific time. So you've got until then to join the Mastery membership. If you're watching this after that date, when you go to masterntgreek.com/join, it will redirect you to an offer expired page. And on that page, you can join the waitlist for the next opening. And I encourage you to go ahead and add your name to that list. That way you'd make sure you know when the next offering comes up. So if you've got any questions about the Mastery membership, or you're interested in this, or you're even just feeling like there's something holding you back, then leave a comment in the comments section below this video, and I look forward to interacting with you there and helping you to think through the challenges and answering any questions you might have so that you can get yourself started toward mastery of the Greek New Testament one step at a time using the Master New Testament Greek system. So again, I'm Daryl Burling from Master New Testament Greek. I'm all about the tools, habits, and system to help you master the Greek of the New Testament, all the way from where you are right through to fluently reading the New Testament in the original language. And if that sounds like you, go ahead, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notify bell to be notified when new videos come up. I look forward to interacting with you in the comment section below and seeing you hopefully on the inside of the Master membership. See you there.